Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. You're like, where you at in this big wide world right now?
At home in Stockholm, just came back last night from Finland. Did double duty with both bands at a festival called Tuska in Helsinki.
Wow.
So yeah, a little worn out, to be honest, but I'm okay.
And you're doing a bunch of interviews on top of it. Champion.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
How was that? Was that the first time doing double duties?
No, at least this was on different days. I've done actually on the same day with only 1 hour in between before. That was quite weird.
Threw down the beret, put on the
beret off, metal vest on, go. Yeah,
that's the way. Well, man, it's been a little while since we've spoken. It's good to talk to you again, man. That's for sure.
Likewise.
Well, I mean, last time we didn't get the chance to talk for the Nightflight Orchestra album, but man, I got to say, Aromantic 2 is still in high rotation. I fucking
very cool,
man. I still love it very much. Yeah,
makes me happy. Thank you. That's awesome.
I'm glad because I've been making everybody else at work listening to it too. So yeah,
brilliant. Well done. Thank you.
Well, of course, talking about new albums, the new Soilwork album. I feel like every time that we speak, I've got to get educated about how to pronounce the album title. So
yeah, that's a part of it now.
Right. Oh, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Övergivenheten?
That's pretty good. We actually, the G is pronounced like a J, so Övergivenheten.
Okay.
Övergivenheten. But yeah.
Okay.
Well done, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, of course, August 19, and it's a really great fucking album, man. The reactions so far online have been super positive as well to the singles. Not only from the fans, but reaction videos as well. I mean, it really seems like it's getting out there. How's that make you feel that you've put all that time and effort into it over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it makes me very happy. Of course, it's it was not an easy album to make. It was spread out, over several recording sessions, and it's all been done during COVID, and it has affected us all, and it's for some people positive, and for some other people quite negative. So it's been an interesting journey, to say the least, but I'm very pleased that it's done and how it turned out, and people really seem to dig it as much as we do. So that's amazing.
Well, I mean, of course, Whisper of the Atlantic EP came out in 2020. So how far into it did you start writing this album?
For me personally, quite late. For David, it never stopped. He just kept writing. Because he had a lot of inspiration, he wrote a lot of songs, but I really had to take a break from everything, So I think when the touring cycle was done for Blacklight, and I needed a break anyway, and that's when COVID hit, and not that I welcomed a pandemic, but as far as having some time off, I think that's exactly what I needed, and I also took a break from songwriting, and meanwhile Dave kept on going, and that turned into Whisper of the Atlantic, which was very much his creation, but I didn't want to kill his creativity. We're very close. So I was like, go for it. I'll be in the studio. I'll sing, but and I'll do it, with all my presence and my heart, and everything. But it was very much his creation. So I think it was a nice experiment, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. But then the songwriting for Övergivenheten, it took me some time, to get into it, and I was getting a little bit scared because, having this break for the first time in 20 years, am I going to be able to go back being that person again once that happens, can I write a song? It's like, I don't really feel the inspiration. It's like, oh no, maybe I lost it, I sort of had to like force start the engines a little bit, and to just, sit down and write something almost like 9 to 5. I know it sounds very boring and not how it should be at all, but it opened up a lot of doors, and some really amazing things came out. And I think, maybe I needed a break, and that perspective actually led into me being able to channel some emotions that's been locked in for a while, and I don't know. I just felt that I was really expressing myself better than ever through melodies, whether it being guitar melodies or vocal melodies. It all came in, and one thing led to another, and all these epic melodies came out that are, that I'm really proud of, and David came up with some brilliant things as well, and together it shaped up to be a really interesting album, with the addition of a song from Sven as well, I should add. So it creates a very diverse album, which will definitely take you on a journey, that hopefully you will enjoy just as much as we do.
Hey, I love it. You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. Like I put it on, and I was like, okay, cool. And then, man, it just builds, and then slaps you in the face with those man. It's really, really cool. And the more I listen to it, the more it seems to open up to me. Like it's
nice.
Listen,
nice.
I get more and more and more out of it. It's really quite unique.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, for sure.
Yes.
It's very detailed, and so it takes time. But I mean, those are usually the albums that last. So it's yeah. I think this one is definitely going to last. I think it feels good.
And in regards to the title, it translates to abandonment.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What's the concept behind the title this time, and how's it covering with the cover of the bird, and how's it all tie in?
Well, to begin with, I mean, it's been a little bit of a trend of ours to name our album something in Swedish, all of a sudden. It started with Blacklight and then now Övergivenheten. We, I don't know, sort of got a little bit fed up with finding titles in English, and we started looking for real powerful Swedish words, and I found Övergivenheten, and it's like, wow, you can see that from so many different angles. I think most people can relate to the fear of being abandoned, and also the fear of abandoning someone or something, can be quite scary. So I think we found this word, and it was going to be a really powerful word that you can see from many different angles, and that many people can relate to. So that was the main purpose with it. But I guess I can also relate to, like, the latest years. It's I would lie if there hasn't been times where I feel like I don't know if I can do this anymore. But there's always been something that pulls me in the last second. With this band, and then suddenly you're releasing an album like this, Övergivenheten, and there's so much emotion running through it, and I feel I'm right where I belong. So it's like, I guess that's where abandonment come in as well, because I felt like it's like if I quit this band, it's like it just felt like a sense of abandonment, like I would abandon something that has a lot of importance in my life, and I've had so for many years, so I think there's maybe that connection a little bit too.
I was talking to a singer of a band down here, who just come back from the UK, and she was saying that when everything happened and she had to stop, she felt that part of her identity was so built up around music and who she was in that band.
Yes.
That when it was stopped, that she had to try and discover who she was without and I'm hearing a lot of stories like that, man. And is that
yeah
getting vibes like that from you now?
Absolutely, 100%. I can definitely relate to it, and for me, it's been very positive. I think a lot of people have also been forced to face a lot of demons that they're managed to sort of like, you know, locked away through the years, because there's always a tour around the corner that can, you can, that's the ultimate way of escaping, going on tour. It's like, I'll deal with it after this tour. It's like, no point now. It's like, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So I think a lot of people have faced their demons, and I in many ways I have as well, but luckily I'm in a pretty good place, and I've definitely gotten to know myself better and what I've actually done in my life, because there's never been any time to stop, and I've been with my family, and I don't know. I guess I've also rediscovered my love for the band a little bit, and appreciate things. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that as well. Especially I guess musicians and touring musicians and whatnot. So
yeah, 100%. And I think it's a good thing for the future. I think for a lot of people that have gone through that, there's been a lot of tragedy, but that self-reflection for a lot of musicians, I think it's producing some fucking incredible art. Like this album, for instance, like there's some really, really good stuff that's coming out from here. It's good.
Cool. Yeah. No, it's been good. In many ways, it's been tough, but somehow healthy, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. But of course, I mean the videos as well, like the animated one you dropped is that's awesome, dude. Like
it's very intense. It's very intense. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, we basically gave this animation guy free hands. We had some keywords, and the title of the song, "Nous sommes la guerre," French for "We are the war," not connected to the ongoing war. It was written before that. Just wanted to clarify that. It's David's creation. It's his lyrics. So I'm not 100% sure exactly what he's expressing in that song, but possibly a lot of inner turmoil, and you can sort of sense that in the video as well. He did really good, the animation. I can't come up with his name right now, but if you look at the video, it will say in the YouTube credits. But he did a really good job. I think it's quite intense. It fits with his song, which has a really beautiful flow, but the video is also very intense and quite dark, and it's good stuff.
It is, man. Yeah, it's amazing. And of course, I mean, shows and touring and everything like that's starting to pick up again. I've been seeing pics online of you guys just absolutely out there, just it. How's it feel to be out there in the world, sort of getting your feet again?
It's good. It's like COVID never happened again. It's like, it's quite crazy. But I mean, the first show we did that in, I think it was in April or something. And that was weird. At least like half of the sets, like, oh, it's like, what am I doing here? And why are you guys here? It's like in the crowd, it's like, what? And then it started to feel quite natural again, and I think that's another thing that I've learned to appreciate, that I'm more comfortable in my own skin on stage somehow. I don't know. It's just, and I'm able to sort of take in people's reactions even more. That I would say that's the main difference, I would say.
That's awesome. I mean, you've got a massive one coming up with Slipknot and Ginger as well. It's gonna be a cool show, dude. Yeah, it's good to see what they're out in the world after everything that they've been through as well. Are you friends with those guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, we toured together, and in 2019 together with Amorphous as well. So yeah, we definitely got to know each other. So it was terrible to see that, see what they went through and still are in many ways. The war is an ongoing thing. It's not going anywhere. It seems like it's absolutely horrendous. And we feel quite close to here, close to Ukraine as well. There's a lot of Ukrainians coming over here, and my sister and her family, they're sheltering a family, and yeah, it's just nuts, and I'm just glad that Ginger out there spreading the word and get to tour again, and after everything they've gone through, they're extremely strong. I can't even imagine what it would be like, I forget his name now, the bass player, his story when he's driving and there's just missiles and bombs all over the place. It's just so surreal. It sounds like a video game. It's just nuts,
It's I should remember. I spoke to him last year, but it's and I'm so sorry to hear that you've been affected by it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it affects us all for sure as well. It's just yeah, man. When we thought we couldn't get worse, with COVID and everything, and I remember I said to my girlfriend, it's like, oh, I guess this is as close as we're gonna get to a second world war for our generation, because it was so weird, it felt like things were falling apart, and I remember the Pope sitting on the square in Rome. It was raining, and had this speech. Because my girlfriend is Italian, so we were watching Italian television. That's at that point it was the most people dying in Italy, it was just insane. Of COVID, and it's like, this is insane. Is this happening right now? And that's when I remember I said, this is as close as we're going to get to Second World War in my generation. And little did I know what was going to happen later. It was going to get even worse. So it's very surreal what's happening, and it makes you so sad and angry every day. What's going on. So yeah, absolutely, it affects me a lot. It does.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. But
yeah.
Like in the background, you've got a map.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And we are right near your shoulder there, dude. Right.
Yeah.
There. And you're going to come down here.
Yep.
Big way. You're hitting November. You come.
Yes, correct.
So, man.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I'm happy to come back. I think this is going to, I don't know, it's the 8th or 9th time we play Australia. It's like unbelievable.
Man.
But it's one of my favorite tours to do. I just love it.
It's a quick tour. Like, it's going to be.
It is.
Pretty much in, out. We'll be like, yeah, see you. But it's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. Like, I've seen you almost every time you come down here. Was lucky enough to open for you once, which was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. What year?
What year was that? 2020. It was at the Triffid. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Old man brain. But that was a good year. Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good year. Cool.
It was a good show.
We can agree on that.
Yeah. 2014, 2015, one of them.
Yeah.
It was a good show. But man, cool. Like, it's crazy. You've been here so many times. I'm sure that you know your way around now. You'd have to.
Well, sort of. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, we usually play the same places. But I try to do some sightseeing. I mean, I remember in when was that? 2017. I got to bring my dad on the tour.
Oh, really?
I never brought my dad on tour, but we went to New Zealand on that tour. We went to Korea and Japan as well. So he was with us the whole time. So that was special, and we got a couple of days off both in Australia and in New Zealand. So that was amazing.
Had he been before?
No.
How was that? That would have been crazy.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was such a beautiful father and son, quality time right there. Even though I was working, I mean, it was quite special. It meant a lot that he actually got to experience how it really is to be on the road. He was a sailor when he was young, so he traveled the world as well. But this is, I guess this is a little bit similar, I guess, but it's still, he doesn't go on stage, and he maybe didn't feel the pressure the same way. So it meant a lot that he got to experience my world and what it is I do, because it's always so hard to explain to somebody what it's like. It's like, oh, you go on stage and you sing, and and then you travel, and then you drink too much, and then there's groupies. It's like, well, no, not really like that. You just need to come with us and see how it really is.
Did he go to shows when you were younger and stuff like that?
Yeah, he's been to shows before, but maybe not in the beginning of our career. I don't know. I was too embarrassed. I don't know why, but it's like it's weird. It's like, okay, I'm screaming into a microphone, and now I'm gonna present it to my parents. It just felt so embarrassing. I don't know, but so it took some time for me to get comfortable. I'm still not 100% comfortable when I think about it. But so they've been to some festivals and shows in Sweden. Actually, they came with us to when my mom, she turned 60. She came with us in Budapest when we played a festival, and so we had some vacation there as well. So that was cool. Yeah,
that is awesome. But I mean, you bounce around a lot of projects. You keep yourself busy, but I do like at the movies. That's a
cool,
really good project.
Yeah.
So is there more of that on the way?
There might be something with at the movies. I mean, it was mainly a COVID project that actually turned into something bigger that we could, never imagine. It made so many people so happy and gave people a lot of comfort during COVID, I would say. And everybody was looking forward every Thursday when we dropped a new song. And I mean, it's not going to be a touring band. I mean, but maybe some shows here and there. We'll see, and maybe a third season. We'll see. But I mean, I have a lot going on with both Soilwork and Nightflight Orchestra, which are the main bands. And I actually do have a band with my girlfriend as well, which is called Donna Canone, which I'm actually playing guitar in. So I'm not singing for a change, ladies and gents. So it's fun playing guitar, playing some lead guitar, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Shut the hell up. Yep.
I'm going to check that out. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, we have an album out. It just got released like 2 months ago. So yeah, you should check it out. Or actually just 1 month ago. Yeah.
I'll be onto that. I'll be onto that for sure. But what about Nightflight? What's going on? Another one?
Well, now we're trying to do everything at the same time. Both Soilwork and Nightflight, because we missed everything. We didn't miss anything with Soilwork during COVID, but we missed everything with Nightflight. So now we're trying to make up for that lost time, and so we're doing festivals for both bands this summer in Europe, and so yeah, it's not easy, but it's gonna have to happen in some way, and because I feel it's really a yin yang situation for me, and I think for David too, where you sort of need both bands, you need fix for each and every band. So yeah,
cloning machines.
Yes, that might be a good thing.
Yeah. That's the only way. Sometimes. So I feel you. But what else you got on the cards, man? You get your tour, you got this album coming out. What else can we look forward to for the future for Björn?
Wow, that's a very good question. I think that pretty much sums it up, at least for now. I try to not think too many years ahead, because that just scares me. And so I'm just trying to live in the moment, as much of a cliche that is. It kind of works really well right now.
Awesome. Good answer. Good answer. Well, mate, it is awesome chatting to you again. We'll have all the links down here. And you take care. We'll see you in November, bro. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on the show.
Awesome, man. Take care. Hey, I'll see you soon.
Take care. Okay, cheers.